Well, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming. I have found another disc. It is another T-Pug disc from January of 1983. And in this case, I am going to say back up. Oops. Back up. I'll type it right out. Back up. D0 to D1. I have drive 0 closed, I have drive 1 open. That is the output disc. It is the back of one of the discs I've been working on before. And away she goes. So as you will see, backing up is quite a bit faster. This operation is all internal to the disk drive. So it is busy doing its thing. Right now, I'm going to ask it to print DS string, which it cannot do. Why? Because the disk drive is busy. But as soon as it is done, it will come up and tell me what's what. It will. It's funny, you know, how sometimes you can do something to make something happen that it was never intended to do that way. And I can tell you a little story. There was a movie, not long ago I found, well, I didn't find it, somebody shared the link to it. It was a movie made in, I think, 1983 in Canada called Hide and Seek. And as it happens, I did a lot of the programming for that movie. So, at one point, we are in the school I go to. It's late at night, and they want to film a sequence of stuff happening on the screen, but there's no way to actually make, you know, the room is supposed to be empty. So, and we tried it a couple of times. Remember, this is using film, and the timing wasn't right. So I tweaked the timing in the program, but still, you know, the people on the dolly and the people on the camera, it wasn't quite right. So I said, hang on, give me a couple minutes. So what I did was, because we were using a system there, made by batteries included, called the Arbiter, which allowed one machine to use, many machines to use one disk drive. Hello, Sheldon. So what I decided that I could do is, if I could hide, oh, look at that. We have copied. If I could hide on the floor, out of sight, where nobody, you know, where nothing would see me, that when I was given a cue, which I would be given silently, that I could see the person, that I could tap the space bar on another machine that would never be seen. And by tapping the space bar, I would have the machine they were going to be filming. Excuse me, here's another disc. This is an adventure game disc. Lots of files. And various adventures. So, I'm going to just make sure I have it right. I'm going to back up D0 to D1. And away we go. So, the machine that was going to be filmed was trying to read the disk status. But it couldn't read it because the machine I was going to tap the spacebar on was holding the disk status, or accessing the drive. And it wouldn't release it until I tapped the spacebar. So, literally, on the fly, in the middle of the night, everything's, you know, into overtime and running late and things aren't going well. I thought, hang on, give me a second, and it was a very quick sort of, you look at it, you hold it, you know, da da da. Anyway, so I was able to then hide under the desk, and at just the perfect moment, tap the spacebar, which wouldn't be hard at all, and hide under the desk while they filmed the screen. And once I had or we had that in place instead of just saying, okay, it's going to be 5 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever, which then it didn't, work right. One take. Hide under the desk, look for the cue, tap the space bar, perfection. So, did anybody ever envision that DS string, which is the disk data string, would be used for anything such as that? I suspect not. I certainly didn't. But it worked. And, as they say in the movie business, we were moving on. In that case, I believe it was the last shot of the night. And everybody wanted to go home. So, we are backing up D0 to D1. This is another thing I will put on the back of these discs that are going, well, somewhere in the world, as an added bonus. I don't know if they will like them. I suspect whoever's getting it probably wants Space Invaders and Copy All and some other things. But, it's always good to send along some other... Uh-oh, are we in? We're okay. We're okay. We have backed up. So, we are reading, and we are writing, and we are good to go. Good. So, we now have 2 discs copied, which is really the same as 4 discs, because we have discreetly notched we have alright. So everything seems just dandy. Although one thing I have not done, I have not marked these discs. Right. So now, I'm not going to write on the disc, I'm going to write on the envelope. Because there's always some controversy about if you write on the disc after or before it's been copied, you could hurt something, bend something. So I will write on the envelopes. And shaboom. We are done. I suppose perhaps I can always put this disc back in. And just to give it a test, we can load Acrobat. Sorry, Acrobat 2. Or 6. Oh yeah. Probably it's not going to be 4 and 6. But we'll see. Oh, even the spacebar doesn't agree. Okay, so I'd be hitting the keys. Well, this may not have gone well at all. Hmm. Okay, so I know this program works. I've tested it before. But I suspect it, too, is not completely pleased with the CBM-4032 program. So, I guess we'll just leave it at that. There is another video I have with this game up and going. So, I will pull these discs out of the 4040. I will set them aside so I can pop them in the mail. And we will meet again. Thank you again. Always a pleasure. This is David Bradley, signing off.